Call to order the regular school board meeting of the School Board of St. Lucie County, and welcome all of you to our meeting today, our first summer meeting, and everybody looks calm and relaxed, which is a wonderful thing to see. It won't last long, though, I'm sorry to tell you. But if you would stand with me now as we have our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now our Kids at Hope Treasure Hunter Pledge. As an adult and a treasure hunter, I am committed to search for all the talents, skills, and intelligence that exist in all children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exception. Thank you. At this time, we will open the public hearing for the proposed adoption of amendments to school board policy encompassing this code of student conduct. Are there any from the audience that wish to speak to this item in the public hearing? Seeing none, Mr. Superintendent will receive your recommendation.
I recommend the board adopt the proposed amendments to the code of student conduct.
Board members, we have the recommendation. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Do we have anyone here from CTA for a report this morning? CWA? Okay, well, thank you for being here. We will move then to our consent agenda. Board members, I will entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Superintendent will receive your recommendation.
Recommend approval of the consent agenda as submitted.
Board members, we have the recommendation from the superintendent.
So moved.
Are there any items that need to be pulled for separate discussion?
She wants to go home early.
I do. Sorry.
So hearing none, Ms. Hilson has made a motion to approve the consent.
Second.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Superintendent, back to you for your staff reports.
Okay, thank you. Good morning to everyone. And let me start out. We'll do some personnel stuff. The board just approved. We have 12 principals going to, well, we have 2 new principals that will be joining our ranks, and we will have 10 other folks that will be going to different school centers this year, and we'll have a group of some APs as well. So let me start out with our new executive director, Mr. Ocampo. Mr. Ocampo, come on up, and I've known Mr. Ocampo for several years. He has been a principal at elementary school, at Title Elementary School. He's been a principal at a middle school, and he was principal at one of the most challenging schools in our country, in our nation, really, and in the state, out at Pahokee High School, and did a remarkable job. Then came to St. Lucie County a couple of years ago and has done a great job over at Port St. Lucie High School. So this will be a very brief. Mr. Ocampo can talk sometimes, so.
Not today.
Even though the meeting's going quickly, don't let that get to your head.
I'll just keep it at my first page here.
There you go.
Good morning, Madam Chair, school board members, and Superintendent Gent. 3 years ago, I stood before you thanking you for the opportunity to be the principal at Port St. Lucie High School. It was my absolute honor and privilege leading the faculty, staff, and students over that time. I cannot put a price tag on the lessons learned and the experiences that I gained. The faculty staff at Port St. Lucie High School are some of the best, most professional and caring individuals that I've worked with, and I will never forget the relationships and bonds that I've created there. Most importantly, I will miss the students. For the last 22 years, they have given me the energy to make school the best part of our day. My new position as executive director does not afford me the frequent daily interactions and the activities that have inspired me in the past. I will get my encouragement, however, in other ways. knowing that my experience and knowledge will help other school leaders continue to create safe and caring schools so that every student can achieve and be successful. I thank you for the opportunity ahead of me, and look forward to the challenge of serving our community and district in my new capacity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ocampo. Well done. And thank you, Mr. Ocampo. I'm going to ask Lydia Martin to come up. Lydia will be shadowing Carrie. Glad to see Carrie here today as well, and in the Chief Communications Officer. And everyone knows Lydia. She has been a principal, and last couple of years was executive director. Has done an outstanding job, and felt like she would fit right into the role. Lydia.
Thank you. Chairman Hawley, board members, and Mr. Gent, thank you for this opportunity to serve in this new role. I'm honored and blessed to be a part of this organization that values and develops its employees. I've spent my entire professional career, all 23 years, right here in St. Lucie Public Schools. I am proud of our accomplishments and excited of what is yet to come. Thank you.
So we do have some media members here today, so if there's anything very controversial, give it to Lydia and let her start today with that. And we have a few other ones. I'm gonna just recognize them, but I do want to recognize. We call her Lexi. Lexi Lotus, coming up. Lexi, she is going to be the new principal at White City Elementary School.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Gent. Thank you for the opportunity to serve the students, staff, families, and community of White City Elementary. I promise to continue to uphold the traditions and values that are established at White City Elementary. To my former leaders, Terry Barenborg, Diane Young, Dejan Jackson, Roberto Bonsignor, and my team at SGAET, Keith Davis, Amy Slacum, and John Lynch. I've learned from each of you, and I'm grateful for all you have taught me. Thank you to the current staff at Sam Gaines Academy of Emerging Technologies. You have enabled me to grow as a leader, and I wish you all continued success. Next, I'd like to thank my family, Mary and Luke. You have supported me and encouraged me throughout my journey, whether it's helping me make treat bags for teachers, attending sports games for my students, or having dinner waiting on the nights I'm running late. This would not be possible without your support. Finally, to my mom and dad, you have been my biggest cheerleaders. You have taught me that with hard work, anything is possible. And most importantly, you never stopped believing in me. Thank you again for this opportunity.
Heather Ricksecker is going to be going to Fairlawn. And she had she's in the Keys right now. She's on vacation, and she had a vacation set up and had no way of knowing that this would have occurred. And so she was all worried when I talked to her. And so she was very, very spooked when I told her that she had gotten the job, and then this look of panic came over her face, and I was like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Well," because I said, "Come up to the board meeting." She goes, "I'll be in the Keys. You want me to drive back up?" And I said, No. Enjoy the Keys. And so she'll be back, and we'll recognize her in July, but we're excited about her. Then we have several others that are making some lateral moves, so I'm going to look out there and ask you just to stand and wave. New principal, Port St. Lucie High School, Brooke Wigington, leaving from Okamic. Patty Galloway is going to be going over to Okamic K-8. All right, wave at me with principals. Okay, Mona Ray Buchanan going to Fort Pierce Central from Forest Grove. Any other principal moves that are here today? I know many of them are out and on trips and vacation and some other things. Okay, very good. Then we have a group of some folks I know that are here this morning for the APs. I see Makita Broom in the back. Makita's going to be staying at Westwood High School. Are there other APs that are here today? Okay. So Makita, I'm going to just say this about Makita. Makita, I got to meet when she was over at LPA, and then a few years ago, she left LPA and went over to Westwood High School. as a kind of as a coach, but she probably did more teaching than coaching, or a balance of that. To leave one school center and to go over, and really has a high standard, has raised the bar for the faculty and staff over at Westwood High School, and has done a tremendous job. She was our Teacher of the Year this year as well, correct, Makita? Okay, so well-deserved, and we wish her well in her new administrative experience. So congratulations to Makita, and maintaining her being a Panther. Westwood, West Tech magnet, I'll get that correct. Okay, a couple other comments here that I have, since we have a little bit of time. And the board has approved the ratification for we worked with our teacher union regarding the referendum dollars. And so I want to thank our community. We're using those dollars exactly as we stated that we would. We will be competitive with our surrounding counties. We'll be competitive in the state of Florida. We're having outstanding recruiting that's going on right now. This is really to recruit folks as well as to maintain, to retain our fabulous teachers. This district couldn't make the gains that we've made over the last few years without the teachers that are in the front lines working for us. So again, we're thankful to the voters for recognizing the importance of public education and what our teachers do. We'll also have a school resource officer on every one of our campuses based on that, and then we'll be able to expand our mental health services. I'll have some information for the board in our executive session on that as well. I'll pass this out to you now, and this is some of the dollars that will go for mental health, and I'll talk to you more about that as the summer goes on, and also in our session today. As summertime comes and students are out there, we have our program that's really free online resources for the students. We call it the summer slide, so that students don't slide backwards over the summertime. So folks and parents, community members, even the camps, those kinds, all groups and organizations can really go onto the home page and see the programs that are there, and the curriculum. It's really pre-K through grade 12 resources that are there for the students. Our child nutrition summer program, we feed our students over the summer. Children 18 years of age and younger are eligible for these meals at no charge. Breakfast is from 7:30 to 8:30, and lunch is 11 to 12. And there's different school sites that are out there. Again, on our home page, you can look there and see, or refer to our social media pages and find out where the sites are that our students can go out and get meals. We met with our principals last week in our leadership in a very brief summit. We received our data on our third grade data, where we went up 4 points, and we're very, very pleased with that. We still know that we have a tremendous amount of work to do, that really represents our biggest challenge. The students, and when students come to us in the pre-K years, and they come from varying backgrounds and a lot of circumstances, the district, we struggle there, as the state struggles in the area of third grade reading, and so we're happy to see the gains that we've made in that area. We know with some additions of some of the new curriculum, particularly the emphasis on the phonics, that this next year's crop coming in will have been exposed to that for 2 years. Some of our school centers that have done some specific unique programs over the years had some of the highest gains, double-digit gains. We had several schools that did that, and so we're very pleased with that. We're awaiting the scores from the state. We anticipate that to be sometime at the end of the month because the testing was pushed back this year, and so hopefully by June 30th we'll have a great idea of where we stand as a school district, and we'll be number crunching and working those kinds of things out. That completes my remarks, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Mr. Attorney, do you have any report? And thank you for standing in for Dan Harrell while he's away.
I will be happy to report to Mr. Harold that I brought no chaos with me to this meeting.
Absolutely. Thank you. You can come back anytime.
There you go.
We'll move then to our school board member reports. Ms. Hensley, would you like to begin?
Certainly. Dr. Mills and I had the privilege, along with some staff, to attend an event at St. Anastasia School, and regarding the graduation of 47 of students from the migrant program. Of those, 42 of them graduated with honors and high honors. One was a valedictorian, one was a salutatorian, and they gave an award to the school district for being able to close the gap in what we're doing for all children, which will be up in the school member's office on a shelf if you want to go look at it. And also our Children's Services Council, because of the increase in our tax base, we're going to have a little bit of an opportunity to do some more targeted funding, potentially some infrastructure type things for some of our programs in need. So we'll be working on that on the 20th of this month, and we'll be able to report back exactly where those funds are going. There's an opportunity to do something kind of unique, which of course what we like to do, and meet some of the community needs. Also, the Cultural Alliance, of which we are significantly involved, is working more closely with the school district and the community as a whole for education and the arts for kids, and doing some great things that are just on the horizon of some opportunities to enhance the arts and cultural availability to all of our students.
Thank you, Ms. Hensley. Ms. Hilson, no report. Dr. Mills?
Just that I'm sure that for many, summer means time of rest and relaxation and restoration. And so we continue to wish all of you a wonderful summer. Tomorrow, we will be going, several of the board members will be going to the FSBA FADSS annual summer conference. That is where we receive a lot of our training and our credentials, and so we will be there for the remaining of the week. I wanted to know if anyone attended I don't know exactly what they call it. I didn't have time to look it up, but it's another type of community event for our graduation students. That are the breakfast and so forth. So
The International Baccalaureate, me and Ms. Holly
yes,
went.
please give us an update on that. I had to miss that, but have attended every year, and this is my first year of being absent, so I would like an update. I want to say thank you to the community as well for your part in helping us be successful here as a St. Lucie County Public School District. This is two community groups that we're talking about that honored our students who graduated and are doing huge events and have been doing this for several years to just tell the students they're proud of them and that they are with them and so forth. So thank you, community, for all that you do, the after-school programs, which I have a very special heart toward, having one myself. Listening to the superintendent say about our third grade reading scores. There are several after-school programs out there. We request that you work with the students, help us with the kindergarten, even pre-K through third grade, to help us prepare our students and to strengthen them in the area of reading. You're doing a fine job. I know we ourselves do a lot of that after school at our after-school program, and the preschools as well. So thank you. I just want to thank the community for your part and encourage you to continue to do what you do.
Thank you, Dr. Mills. Mr. Ingersoll?
Sure thing. Just again, want to echo what the superintendent said. Congratulations, Lydia, Adrian, and Lexi on your new positions. It's always exciting. And also want to thank the principals for moving too, just bringing a new set of eyes to the schools and trying to improve them using your gifts and talents that you bring. Just want to thank the union and the school district for working so fervently and trying to get the referendum monies doled out to teachers. I think it's pretty amazing. We've got to be one of the first counties or the school districts to be able to pass that in a quick manner. And obviously we voted for our committees, the structure of our committee too today, so that's pretty cool. The code touched on what Dr. Mills said. It's International Baccalaureate ceremony hosted by the River of Life Fellowship on Juanita, and it was a great activity. They gave close to $10,000 out to probably, how many students would you say? About 150 students all along the Treasure Coast. They gave out gift cards, refrigerators, microwaves, TVs, anything that a college student would need. To help enhance care packages, bed sheetings, that gets expensive for students going off to college, so it was pretty cool. I got to miss Juan Diego's celebration. I appreciate you going and host or taking our spot. For some reason, I missed that invitation. I do want to thank the school district for bringing back the 11-month employees for the front office. I know that was sort of needed. I want to thank also Bill Tomlinson and his group for looking at student conduct and revitalizing that too, so students aren't harmed. And last but not least, this summer musical kicks off with Oklahoma this week, and if you haven't purchased your tickets, I think you can go to Honey Baked Ham. It's the only place left, and there's only a couple left. Thank you.
Mr. Ingersoll. Dr. Mills, you had something else?
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge a young man that's here today. Virgil, right? Do I have the name right? Nigel, that's right. Nigel, would you please stand? Nigel is a recent graduate of Fort Pierce Central and is now in Washington, D.C., and very into politics. So take a good look at that face right there. And just a tremendous young man. He helped with, was one of the main leaders of the Fort Pierce Conference for Security and the gun violence within schools, and did an excellent job. And we just wanted to acknowledge you, young man. I keep up with him on Facebook, and so it's really good to see you come back home and for the summer and to be here.
Thank you. As Mr. Ingersoll said, the production of Oklahoma is this week. I'm going to rush back from the FADS conference, FSBA, to attend the Friday night performance. It has really got the community talking, as all of the productions do, but we're really looking forward to attending that. Thanks to everyone who made our graduation season seamless. It really was a fabulous time of celebration for our families and our students, and it just worked perfectly. So everybody that had a hand in that, our congratulations and thanks for that. And to echo what Mr. Ingersoll said about the baccalaureate service, really and truly, beyond the opportunity to honor our graduates in another way, seeing the community come together in such a powerful way and making sure that every single student that was there was honored in some way. I mean, most of those kids left there with everything they were going to need to outfit their dorm rooms, those that were going to college. Troy and I tried to get a raffle ticket, but they weren't giving them out to us. So, but it was really a time of great celebration, and it was about the kids, and that's really why we do what we do every day. So I want to wish everyone a fabulous summer. As I said earlier, it's not necessarily that it's less to do, but the pace is a little less frantic, and you don't have quite so many little bodies to keep up with. And I want to thank everyone that turned out Saturday for the Restoring the Village work. It was great to see so many school-based folks there, children, families, after-school providers, nonprofits, being part of something that's really larger than any individual can be. So thank you for all of your efforts in the communities. It is not unnoticed, and it is certainly appreciated.